Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good afternoon. Welcome to a Bit of Vampyr. But again, this might be a bit of a filler episode because we're going to be doing side quests. The reason why I said this is because I've just leveled up, and I realised I haven't leveled up all that much. I've gone up by 2 levels. I've really mostly, as you can probably tell, my health, stamina, and blood capacity have gone up. I haven't really been able to do that much. I've still got 550 XP. I need about 600 to level up another thing. I don't think that's going to take me to level 20 if I'm honest. Oh, I can't actually see what my level is here, so guess what, let's go to bed. And have a look at how long it's going to take, because the UI is crap. Yeah, I want to play Space Marine next, I'm not going to lie. So that's, yeah, so we've got a fair way to go. I don't think another upgrade is going to take us level 20. What, do we need to be level 22 or something to take on Sister? I'm not sure. So yeah, so I want to play Space Marine 2 at some stage, Space Marine 1 at some stage, because Space Marine 2 is coming out soon. September 9th. I would like to play it, I would like to pre-order it. I'm one of these people who says don't pre-order, but at the same time I'm like, well, here's the thing, here's what convinces me to not pre-order. For starters, well, it's Space Marine 2. The second thing is...
Good evening. Do you need medical
just go...
Don't take that.
Stuff. Any new hints? No? Okay.
Goodbye.
I've also found some quest items as well. The Space Marine 2, the problem is... like, they've cancelled the beta. And, you know, for a multiplayer game, you kind of want to have that beta to stress test.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
They didn't do that, I don't think.
Is there any... Reid! Unfamiliar.
So, yeah, so that's not good. Let's turn this down a bit. Because
it's locked.
Isn't that the room where that bloke's staying? Ah! Oh right, it was locked, okay. What was that eye? Oh, did I have to listen in or something? Observe?
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require...
Do you know you're the only one?
Despite...
Well, at least you're...
Good.
There we go. Oh, and we get experience as well for healing people, so that's not too bad.
Good evening, Mr.
I'm okay.
No, I'm fairly certain I did find something.
I have to...
I'm alright.
Jonathan, but it might be for someone else.
Waste your time with me.
Oh, Christ, this happens again. So, for some reason, this game is bugging out, and we have to do this. Loading, loading, loading. So I have to quit out of the game and start again, basically. So yeah. So anyway, so Space Marine 2, we might as well talk about that, because the game's
Good
a piece of
evening,
shit.
Doctor. How is my son doing?
No, you can't help me anymore. You can help by rebooting the game. How about that? So, Space Marine 2, they cancelled the beta, which isn't great. I mean, by all accounts, it looks good, but then are we getting a vertical slice? Because I remember Alien Colonial Marines. And that was some bullshit. Oh, yeah, there we go. Thank you very much at long last. So, yeah, so I remember Alien Colonial Marines of like how, like Jim Stephanie Sterling, again, I apologise for getting the name wrong here, went through every single bit of like the trailer that he saw, and said, "Yep, by the way, this part doesn't exist. This doesn't happen. This isn't here. This isn't that." Yeah. So. Yeah. So I remember that. I remember that very clearly. Yeah. Right, let's have a look. Shelter key. So this, oh no, it was okay. So, bloody necklace from Seymour to my beloved mother, Stella. Okay. So I found that. I also found this cover letter as well. Hello, Frank. Ah, you're my old friend. It was good to see you last week. Next time, let me get the rounds in. I hope everything is okay on your side of town. Here in my old neighborhood, the situation is getting worse. Clay is getting more violent every day, and is only thinking about expansion, even when it seems that there are some new players around trying to dispute our territory. The Red Big Boys are in a bad spot, I'm afraid. So I thought, well, what you said the last time we met, that you never regretted leaving the gang. That the only thing you regret is never being able to put your feet in the East End again. But to avoid a good beating, or worse. Well, rest assured that you'd have my protection if ever you decide to pass by. And maybe we could talk again about the opportunities and job offer. You know, I've always been good with numbers, so maybe, if you need an accountant in your company, let's talk about that, shall we? Say hello to your wife by me. WBB for life, old chap. Booth, Digby. So that's another hint that we unlocked as well. About someone. I'm also going to look at some of the quests to do as well. So yeah, so Space Marine 2 looks decent. Facing off for Tyranids this time. Nice. PvE campaign. I don't think you have to play as Titus, I think you can actually have other Marines as well, or like you play as Titus in the single player campaign, but I think he's gone from Lieutenant Titus to Captain Titus now, which is cool. And you can play as your own Marine in someone else's campaign, which is really cool. And it's three player PvE. And the reason why it's 3 players is because basically I think now more and more game developers are doing the maths and realizing it's hard to get a... I haven't got any of that, okay, I'll make some of that now. Have we got anything else here that I need? Have we got anything I can sell?
Perhaps I should have.
Fatigue. Okay, so I need 2 fatigue meds. Let me just check something real quick. Just make sure I got the right command. Yeah, that's fine. Just making sure that I'm pausing. So that looks really cool. I love the look of Space Marine 2 just on that alone. It's like, yeah, I can play my own Blood Raven. Nice, because I'm actually making some Blood Ravens for the kill team. And that's something I'm really going to talk about later as well. If I might as well talk about now. There's a new edition of Kill Team confirmed. And it's interesting because it actually looks like it's going to... I think they're taking the improvement side of things sort of very seriously. I almost fixed some fatigue meds, didn't I? So it's not costing me too much to make that, so I'll keep making fatigue meds. I think I'm generally low one I want to pop up. There we go. Okay. So. So a kill team. I don't think I'm going to be doing any narrative stuff for this campaign. In this edition because, you know, it's underway. Anyone else here that needs my medical attention before I go outdoors? Let me look. So yeah, so I don't think there's any that stuff. Yeah, so like it seems like it's going to clean up a few things. They have acknowledged that they're going to tidy up the rules, which is good because things like light and heavy cover, line of sight, it's a pain in the ass to navigate. It really is. So I'm glad that they're fixing that up because it does need it.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Motherfucker Milton. Let's scare it.
Do you need it?
I'm afraid.
Good.
The fatigue meds, okay. He still remains my favourite character. Oswald and Newton. I don't know if I've got any new quest info for them. There is a new NPC. I think there's about 2 NPCs I need to talk to.
Hello.
No, nothing there.
Good.
How about you? Anything?
Good evening. Goodbye.
That's Oswald. Okay. Let's go and find some dudes. Because there's no fast travel. Which this game could really do with. Yeah, so Kill Team, new edition. So it's going to be Imperial, like, not Tempestus Scions, but some other variation of the Scions, versus the Tower Auxiliaries, the Vespids, which actually look kind of cool. I think it's the paint job. It's that problem, really. Like, there's so many Games Workshop models that are good, where the paint job does the skulls injustice. yeah, sometimes have it the heavy metal team, as they're called. Don't do the best job. But that's okay. You can't win them all. And look, some things just don't work at the end of the day. So yeah. But when you have to spend, like, understanding that as well, when you have to spend as much time as you do on a model to make it look good, yeah. Like some people call less than 10 hours speed painting. Me, I spend about 2 hours a night on a model. And even then, like, sometimes that's enough. So yeah, but like the Vespers, like, I think in the hands of a much more detailed painter. But I think as well, like they don't just necessarily paint the best they can. They have to paint in such a way that that looks good to the average painter. That makes the average painter look like they can achieve it. Yeah. Because yeah, if they paint it like masterfully, then people get intimidated and they don't want to do it. I think I might be missing some loot here. I'm not sure. Just have a look around. Oh, missing any pay packets. Where are they? Yeah. So yeah, so the Vespids look good. I'm not overly keen on the Scions. I'm not supposed to, it's more ruined than Colonel Terrain. Yay. You know, it's L-shaped buildings. You know, I suddenly like guessed the game yesterday. Like, you know, Sony has one game. It's the third-person adventure. It's third-person adventure game. Ubisoft game. It's an open-world third-person shooter with towers to climb. You know, it's like, yeah. So that's Warhammer game. It's an imperial city. There's no other terrain. There used to be jungle terrain. It's now a print and it costs that much. I can't claim that they back it into this guy's been dealt. So yeah. What am I thinking now? Yeah, so like jungles, so I love, like, my dream kill team with like Catachans. I'm not even a big fan of Catachans. I'm like, hello, this is exactly what the sort of team you need for kill team is. You know, Catachans, like American soldiers of Vietnam, you know, like, sort of very action hero coded people like, you know, Rambo and, you know, any sort of Schwarzenegger character, like in Commando or Predator, you know, that sort of thing. They're very much based on like Predator, that sort of thing. So yeah. Like Catachan has a death world where like the plant life is more dangerous than any aliens that come. It's like, oh, the orcs have invaded. Oh well, like we could do with a break, you know. Yeah, the Catachans don't really need commissars to help them out because well, they can do just fine without. Yeah. Yeah, commissars find themselves dead very quickly if they dare to look at showing how to conduct their business, because they've lived and died there. You know, it's very small. You've got some damage. It's not like I shoot you. Being sitting condition. Sorry, your condition is not so late. So yeah, it's like I love Catachans. Like they would have been brilliant with against like Orc Commandos, because that's the thing. You know, you got like the Orc Hunters versus like Snickrot, I think it is. You know, Boss Snickrot. Well, that is really cool goggles. So that would be cool. But yeah, so it's like Scions, so it's like jump packs. And I think the reason why they've... So, okay, so like it was speculated that there was going to be another edition of the D&D. Well, there is a new edition of D&D out, but anyway. It's probably months old news, man. But yeah. Like Kill Team, yeah, because it's like it's on now the 3-year cycle, like other Games Workshop games are. And it's a shame because it doesn't really need it as such. It's like, yes, it could do the rules refresh, but like this could have been done. This doesn't have to be within 3 years. And if we do have a good rule set here, it means that we've only got 3 years to enjoy it before Games Workshop invariably cock it all up again, because that's what they do. Because I'm not going to say they're not good rules writers. I think it's more like a case of they have an interest in rewriting the rules every so often in order to get better games. In a similar way, like with trading cards. Like, yeah, you might have a perfect trading card game. You have to release more packs, otherwise people won't buy any more cards than they need to. You know? So yeah, they won't buy packs. In order to get the packs, even like singles, other people have to buy the packs. So yeah. So yeah. In fact, let's go into the sewers, because I know there's a few skulls here, and yet they're not overly strong. But I need the XP, however small it is, because I've got 750 right now. So you've seen that we've got basically 250 XP. We've got 250 XP since starting. You see how slow it is? Yep, everything's okay there. Okay. I hope I'm in the right sewers. If I'm not, I'll be very pleased. Yes, I am. So these guys only gave me like 5 XP. Something ridiculously small. And I know, yeah, not for much effort, but that's the point. And I have to wait to put my weapon away before I can loot, if there's any loot. Nope, okay. Look. With vamp vision. I like how a bite's able to kill them, that's pretty cool. So yeah, so with kill team it's like, yeah, the rules so far, let's try and go for a stealth kill. Stealth stun. Can I actually kill this guy right? Oh nice, one shot, one kill. Very good feed. Let's go to the blinker because these guys. I want that back. What did you just take it? Pay packet, medical supplies, all good stuff. Opium, nice. So yeah, so the rules actually seem good. Like they're still keeping the measuring tool, but at least they've got rid of like the square, circle, triangle. The reason why that was a problem is because you'd think like how many. So that represents your movement. So you'd think that a square, because it's got 4 sides or 4 corners, it would be 4 inches of movement, right? No, it's probably about. I think it was about 2, something like that. We just used tape measures in the end. So yeah, how much is a triangle? 3 inches? No, 1. How much is a pentagon? 5? No, 6. It just didn't make any sense whatsoever. And then they have to put a number next to it saying, oh, you can move this amount twice. Not like, here's 6 inches that you can break up into as many components as you want to. It's like, no. You can move 3 inches twice. It was so unintuitive. It was absolutely awful. I'm glad that system's gone. And now they've kept the measuring tool, but they've put a number in the little thing instead, so you can measure it like a tape measure, like a measuring tool. It was like I liked the idea of it, but the idea of it was implemented badly. Yeah. Great taste, awful execution. So go by the subreddit. But yeah, it was just badly put together.
See them fancy clothes? It's not top.
There's the guy behind him. Nice, there we go. Blood bub. So yeah, so the rules. So I hope they're going to change the rules in such a way that things are easy to understand, like light and heavy terrain. Because it's sort of easy to figure out in a way when you've only got 2 pieces of terrain at the start, but big bits. Then you got line of sight as well, which is poorly explained, and that's like my problem with like Kill Team in general. It's like it's so unintuitive. When my darling dearest and I went to Warhammer World, we went in the like we actually played a little bit of Warcry, and we actually had enough time to do quite a few rounds. Kill Team would have taken us ages because there's that many things, and like bless it, she likes to play games and what, but it's a matter of like trying to wrap her head around it. It's like it can be tough. And like me, I gauge a lot of games' qualities based on how I can pick it up. Because if she can't pick it up, then do I want to actually bother playing it? Because she's the person I want to play with the most. Yeah. Like with Magic the Gathering, like she's better. Like I introduced her to Magic the Gathering, and she's significantly better at it than me. Because yeah, she knows so many things about synergy between cards and all the rest of it. Yeah. Well, yeah, like Kill Team, I mean, even I can look at it and I'm like, this is just too stodgy. It's not that it's badly written as such, I think editing is a big problem. But writing is a bit better in Kill Team as well. They just need to clean it up. Like, they need to stop treating it like a technical manual and actually start writing a game as if, like, it's your first time reading it. Especially the core book. Like, I got into Kill Team because I was like, I want to paint models, but I don't want to collect armies because I can't get into it. Oh, you can do Kill Team, so it's like you get one box, and that's it, and you can just play that game. So, oh, that's great. The problem is, it's not written in the easiest way to understand. Like, I've been reading the rules for months, and I'm still Magic the Gathering I learned in days, or basic penance I got down in a single video. That's not bad at all. I get, you know, there's a lot more going on in Kill Team maybe, because of the variations on things. Whereas like Magic, the rules written on the cards really. I'm finding a merchant and spending some of these shillings. Anyone else here? So yeah. So like flying rules had existed in the current edition of Kill Team before, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how well written they were or how well developed they were. Yeah, there weren't that many teams that had flying rules as such. They had some jetpack troops, but not many. That's a shame really, because like, you've got these rules for flying, but you don't really have many flyers. Like, you could have had mech, you could have trying to think now. Tyranids, you know? You have demons. Chaos Fury is still a thing? I don't know. You know? It used to be, like the metal models. Remember those? Pain in the ass. Anyway, yeah. I don't know what's going on in that house there. Some Lovecraftian nonsense, no doubt. Bit of Dagon. Which I think has to be my favourite. But yeah, it's like, I mean, I'm glad that, like, Vespids are an army, because that's like, well, like, growing a bit thick. I like things like that. I don't necessarily like the typical teams. I like things like Imperial Agents. Basically the only thing that makes the kill team right, or at least being expandable because is really good. But I like things like Felgor Ravagers. Yeah, because they'd probably just be stand-ins for cultists. Because I don't think they have their own stats for 40k. But yeah, it's like cool, yeah. I'll have a lot more things. So yeah, it's like more Tower Auxiliaries is great. I mean, I say that though, it's like Tower Auxiliaries, you have two. You have the Crute, and you have Vespids. You don't have all their other things as well, which is a shame. Because I'd love to see more. I'm glad the Vespids are getting a model refresh, they certainly need it. But but yeah, I'd still like to see... But yeah, so the Vespids are getting a refresh. That's good, at least. I will genuinely give them that. That's a good move. But what's through here? Anything important, useful, or new? Well, there's more dudes. More dudes to kill. This is a reminder I've still only got enough experience to level up one thing. This is how long we've been playing. And you say, oh yeah, but you haven't invited much. Exactly. That's exactly the point. Point is, the mob density is too low. It's acting like it's a Souls-like where it has to really space out.
Cannot
it
enter.
doesn't. I'm too high level for this. Give me more stuff so I can do something.
This is despicable.
Seriously, you only really have to farm for one part of the game, and it's this part. You know? And I'm like, I've done most of the quests, and I still can't beat Mary. Sorry, Mary! So yeah. Is there anything down this way? If this is where I think it is, I don't think so. Well, there's a dude there, so... we've got something to do at least. This thing is moving. I guess that's that, isn't it? Have I been here before? It's a sewer, so it's not over familiar. Was it too high level before, or? Some of the noises that I make is absolutely horrific, which is quite appropriate. Which is good as well. Sound design. It's great. Highly important. Extermination of the rodents. No mercy, no excuse, no forgiveness. These are the simple rules of all members of the club shall apply when dealing with scowls. Whenever you face one, exterminate it. If you suspect a vampire creating scowls, report him immediately to Fergal Banshire and to myself. Scowls are a permanent threat to us. Those despicable creatures have no control over their appetite or their primitive instincts. The only case when a scowl can momentarily be spared is as long as he can provide us useful information for our projects. In any other cases, London must be cleansed of these disgusting rodents. From Law of Ascalon by Lord Redgrave, founder. So that's the first. So we only got one more left there. Ooh, it's all the lore entries are coming together. That's good. I'm really glad of that. I do genuinely find the lore interesting. I just wish there was more stuff. I don't know what I want. I just want to have fun, like that song says. Girls just want. Oh, that's a thought. I could actually produce some vials, couldn't I? For combat with Mary. Because on the left-hand side you'll see UI and yeah, they can do things as well as yeah, it might even be achievement like 100 of them or whatever. So yeah, if I have those, it'd be good emergency supply. I'm not reliant on living off the land, so to speak. Got nothing there. I might have to take a momentary break at some stage, but I don't know when. But we'll carry on as normal. He doesn't see me, let's have a quick drink. Battlefield, shoot him. It was just a sneaky bullet, so oh well. Let's keep going. Shillings, the cigarette case. Why is this place not been through the route? It does seem familiar. It's too high level. Or maybe I have looted it and it's just regenerating instant. Well, how much money have I got? 1,149 shillings, that's not too bad. I'm trying to think what else can I tell you about Canteen. It's looking good, I will say that. It's like, I think the fact that they've shown... Oh, the terrain as well. Like, I know the Imperial terrain's a bit boring, but they have like landmines, barbed wire. Oh, one of the pieces of barbed wire is like there's a hand hanging off it, like clutched like that. So it's like, oh, the grim. It's like it's just sawn off there. It's like, well, not sawn off, but blown off. Oh, it's grim. Not a Vespid hand either, but yeah, it does look good. But I imagine it's gonna be a big box, like go on like Leviathan, so it'll be quite a like premium box. It'll be about 150 quid, I think, which for 20 models and the terrain, the books, it's probably about right. Because when you think about it, it's like a combat patrol costing about 89 quid, like 90 quid at launch, I think, or £100 at launch for however many models, 50 models without terrain. This comes with 2 books, the campaign book, which is only available in this box anyway, so that's not good. I don't like that they do that. Because it means you can't buy the fiction separately. And the core rulebook as well, a softcover version. That's good, as opposed to hardcover. But the hardcover will be separate, that's good. Yeah, so it comes with a lot of content. Yeah, I'd get it. I just don't like the sounds though. I'm not gonna lie, it's like I'd rather have the game. Because like, yeah, more Imperial buildings. I love the jump back sounds, but not so much a tactical rock as well. I think my biggest one with the models is like the rocks. So if you don't know what a tactical rock is, basically whenever like a model like needs something to improve its pose. Let's say you've got a model like this, you know, and it's got like 1 foot on a rock like that. That's a tactical rock. It's a rock that has been deployed for the purpose of looking cool and boosting morale. Or it's something for someone to leap off of. Like if they're leaping like that, they can have one of their feet kicking off the rock. That's tactical rock. The problem is it's used so often and it's used so badly as well with the recent models that it's so off-putting. It genuinely does my nut in. Absolutely does my head in. Is anything this way or is this Lovecraft's house? Okay, so I think we're all good. So we're walking around the woods. Any good places to hop up on and scout around? So yeah, so it's basically for the models to air out the Hoffwaff. Going. I can't demonstrate 'cause my camera's not in the right place or whatever. But yeah. Right, I'm not actually going to face off with Reid. I'm just going to get rid of the skulls around this way. Get some more XP. Still haven't got enough to level up. Anything lurking about in here? Yeah. So, yeah, it's tactical rocks used. It's like, yeah, that's the problem. It's like, some of the stuff looks okay. Like, for example, like leaping off a, like some of the terrain is good. Like some of the terrain they're leaping off with, like an iron pipe or whatever, or lead pipe, you know, burst train is really cool. It looks really good. It makes it look like a ballsy. It makes a change from just like generic rubble, like asphalt or whatever, concrete. Yeah, it's stone. It looks good, but at the same time, it's like, why? I actually would prefer if they were just on a clear base, on a clear stand.
I have this thirst for blood.
I have this thirst for clear plastic bases. Yeah, it's like seriously, the Orc Death Con does look better than Body of the Eagle. Or this Tau drone. Oh sorry, or Tatwood drone. Because the apostrophe. Yeah, they look better than the Tau drone. Ooh. How it's pronounced. People say Ta'ow. But don't know if that's how it's spelled.
It's locked.
It's locked. I don't dare make any of those yet until I know I need them. I've got enough supplies to do it, but can I actually upgrade my guns in any way? No. So yeah, so I'm not a fan of it. It just looks so bad. It looks worse. Models are made worse because of tactical rock. Don't do it. That'd be my advice to anyone. Don't do it. Don't do tactical. Sounds like Jailhouse Rock, doesn't it? In fact, I might have to do an AI song to that. You know, 2 tactical rock, some talentless hack. Yeah, I'll do tactical rock. Do the tactical rock. It's like, what was it called? Scraggle Rock, something like that. Scraggle Rock? I don't know. What Craggle Rock? Was it Craggle Rock? My mum loved that as a kid. Yeah. You know, that Jim Henson animated show. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a tactical rock. I'm not a fan of it. I just don't. I think it's a poor choice. Yeah. And you've got like one of the drones just like looking as if it's just skimming it, it's just gonna scrape its hull. In fact, if I had to have the tactical rock part of it, I would actually make it look like it's just scratched this really clean paint job. I just have like paint creased across it just to make a point of it, to say like, this is how ridiculous it looks. Oh yes, of course we read the tombstones before, didn't we? Yeah. So, yeah. Like Inquisitor Cortez had the, or Cortez had the eagle that looked like it was smashing into the rebar. Or a bit of scaffold like it was 9/11. So another recorder has crashed into the rubble. I'm sorry, Joseph, I can't help you. I've got better things to do. Like, well, not fight crime as such, but perform some petty crime for a greater good, I think. Who actually knows? Who knows? Yeah, Kill Team's looking good. That box is going to be probably really expensive and sell out immediately. But if I can get it, if I get it out of my hands in a box, I would. Because I don't want them. I don't want the things inside it as such. I want the rules. It's actually the trainer one. But the thing is that even if they sell it separately, it'll be fortune. So you might as well cut the 20 minis that come with it. But yeah. But it's kind of interesting to see like how they're gonna do. Like I'm probably not gonna be a fan of the whole climbing rules as such. So the flying rules. Oh, it's got ladders as well. Like I remember Necromunda players going absolutely ape shit like, yes, we've got ladders. You know, because like stairs. Because stairs are a thing in Necromunda, the gang warfare game in the 41st millennium. And Necromunda's something I want to get into as well, but it's, yeah, I think it might be a bit too rich for my blood. Yeah, let me have a chat to some people here, because I want to see if there's any... Oh, there'll be some dudes in here I need to kill, won't there? I also need to look at quests as well, so I will have to finish up some quests because I desperately need the experience points. I just want to mark them off, but there's some bad dudes in here somewhere. Just have a look around for more loot, just in case. You never know if there's any around a corner. Just gotta check those cabinets every now and again. So I think if I come back upstairs, once I've been downstairs, there will be enemies in that room. Because I was wondering before, like, how the hell did I miss those? And it's like, oh, it must be that they've spawned there. We shall see. So, yeah, so Kill Team's looking good. The fly mechanic is going to be interesting. I'm wondering what they couldn't, why they need a new edition to do that, or why even they're kicking off a new edition. Because like, it's not like they don't have flying games. They do sell planes and other sort of things for Aeronautica Imperialis. They do have Battlefleet Gothic. They do have... no, they got Epic as well, so all Legiones Imperialis. Excuse me, so it's not like they can't do it. Yeah, but flying infantry is going to be interesting. But yeah, I'm glad Vesper's coming back.
I cannot enter.
Hopefully, I don't think that the Tau Codex has come out for 10th edition yet, so we shall see how that goes. But if it hasn't, then this is good news for them, I guess. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. Yeah, that was very rude, wasn't it? Interrupting. Stun attacks. I don't like that. Really bad. Is that a shiny object? Oh, it's a lamp. Never mind. I suppose, technically. Shush. So yeah. So Kill Team's looking alright. I certainly hope it turns out to be good. Like the main thing is it's just like clearly because the writing is not abundantly clear. I think you have to sort of treat core rules as if like you got to do clear. I just keep assuming that it's returning players just who have a context for all this stuff. And even then, not to mention Kill Team has had that many iterations, because like the first edition of Kill Team was not the same game as it is today. It was literally just a board game called Kill Team. It's also interesting as well how it has never been in even though that's what the squad's called, like Kill Team. Because they go around killing in teams. Well, at least it's never been like a smoke Kill Team, I should say. A Kill Team exclusively for that. I think these watery blood samples are used for the files especially, so that's going to be good. I'm fairly certain I'm missing something here for a quest, but I don't know what it is. There's a few chaps in here. Oh, I've slaughtered them all, no mind. I think I will actually check the wiki before I proceed. Just because I want to be sure. Because I have to remember to take about these things. So yeah, so Kill Team like before was like, it was basically just a game named after the Deathwatch squad. And then it sort of evolved into what it is now, where it's like a regular thing. That's why this is considered like Kill Team 3rd edition, even though it's been like 5, technically there's been 5 editions. It's more just anything here. Now, if let's just have a quick look. What would it take to make a vial? So some rare ingredients. So that I'd probably actually just have to do instead of that, because that's just way too expensive for what it does. Because that one's more than double the latter 2 ingredients than that does. Blood serum. It's an easy. Regeneration. Again, it's asking for way too much for what it is. But yeah, we'll see. I can only hold so many anyway because of my. So you have to level up. I can't afford to do. Still only got enough XP for 1 level up as well. Or level up 1 skill. And you'll notice as well that there's skulls up there as well. Even though we have cleared out that place. I'm going to clear out that room. Then I will proceed to check the wiki because I need to, because I need to know how to do the next quest. So I'm absolutely lost as to where do some of these quests. I need that space actually. So yeah. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm glad that Kill Team's getting some stuff out. I'm disappointed it's going to be entering like a 3-year rotation, but at the same time I'm glad that at least I think they've taken. It's been quite clear that consistently the feedback has been the rules need a clean up. So hopefully they make it a bit easier for people to understand, because it is a bit of a tricky game to get into. Like, people say it's easy to get into 40k. I'm not so sure about that now. It's very stodgy in terms of its rules. Yeah. I like it though. I like it. I like what it produces as well. I like that it makes models for the fun of it. Like Felgor Ravagers. Nobody needed Felgor Ravagers, but they did anyway because I needed Felgor Ravagers. I love Beastmen. But yeah. Right, so I'm going to take a quick 5 minutes check some things, and then where I'm going to go from there. Okay, so a bit of an update as we continue on our quest. Apparently, I'm still right at the very beginning of this quest, and it may have actually bugged out of completion, because I'm supposed to investigate the body. I believe the body was in here somewhere. Okay, so this appears to be a new room. No, it's just a different way now, right? Ah, yes, this... Oh, right, so now the prompt comes up. Right.
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips.
I'll tell the volume as well.
Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps?
Apologise as well if it's too loud.
Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful.
So the reason why I might have missed this is because I was probably focusing on the enemies and then thought to come back to this.
Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked. Tippett has made an...
So, that's nice, isn't it? That we've just missed that completely. Read the reports, okay. So it's interrogate the two. We'll go from there to check everything that is recording, okay, yeah. Alright, so at least we've got one quest done. Hoping to maybe get another one done as well, but we'll see. We'll keep going. Or as long as we can, because I do like recording. I need to go back into it. I think I better do a health check on my PC actually, just to make sure everything's running okay, because it's been making a few noises that I'm not particularly keen with. And the SSD is running a little bit slow. So we'll see if we can let's find this grenade bullets.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
It's very quiet, I have to say. I apologise if it's too quiet. Please let me know. Just
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reid. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett's in our situation?
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a great risk. Must I remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake? Never covered your tracks? Come on, Doctor. I wasn't born yesterday.
Goodbye, Nurse.
We got a little bit of experience. to be honest, like, it's shit that someone died. In times like this, mistakes will happen. People are stressed, people fuck up. You can't afford to lose those positions. But, you know, I've always been an advocate of treat others how you would wish to be treated, or treated rather. And yeah, it's like, well, you know, what if it was your relative? You know, you're gonna say shit happens? No, of course you're not, you're gonna kick off. As you should.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reid, any good news?
It's a video game, so it's okay.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
The reason why the game's quiet is because I've turned the volume down.
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Come on.
Corcoran,
He was my...
what was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
I believe it's the Latin phrase, dosis mortis venenem or something like that. No. Can't remember. The dose makes the poison. That's one of my favourite phrases, and I can't remember what the Latin one for it was.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks. Maybe a
Is it the
fisherman.
big man, then?
I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
I will cover for you, Dr. Tippett, by keeping what happened to Mr. Connor to myself.
I don't know what to say, actually. I can't exactly force you to become my accomplice.
You didn't force me. This is my decision to make. I believe you're still of use to the hospital, considering the situation.
Then I can make you this promise. As soon as the epidemic is eradicated, I will resign.
It's the...
What will you do after your resignation? Do you have a plan?
I always fancied visiting Cyprus. Such a beautiful island. I could buy a house there, by the sea. Read poetry, and wait for death.
Yeah, that's not really quite the punishment. Right, I think there was a
Goodbye,
one
Doctor.
time a Nazi officer who, like during the Nuremberg trials, he believed, like he confessed to his war crimes and still he was released. Or he served in prison, but not for very long. And he thought the sentence was so poor that he actually built a prison cell in his garden and lived there until his death. Which I thought, you know, granted they did horrible things, but if only all war criminals had that sort of conviction. Of course, if they had that sort of conviction in the first place, wouldn't have led to the imprisonment in the first place, because it wouldn't have had to happen, would it? Such are these things. So, occult, Oculus, and just souvenir. Find out who the scarf belongs. Do I have the scarf? We'll get there in the end. What was that quest called? And I'll quickly look that up. So I'm trying to find where the quest tab is. A cherished souvenir, right, excuse me 1 second. And I'm back, I think, yes. I'm back. Okay, so let's mark that quest. So just find Mr. Clinton Derby. It should be on Whitechapel, I believe. Go the other way. Okay, so do it by map worship. Yeah. Yeah, talked about Warhammer for a bit. What else is going on? I don't know, to be honest. I don't really follow much gaming news, I don't know it's good. I guess. Stop Killing Games is still kicking off. Making a lot of progress as well. A lot of drama surrounding it. I'll give my thoughts on it by saying I think the idea is sound, but it needs to be serious considerations. I am in favour of certain games but like, it has to be given serious consideration as to how it's going to be dealt with. Because the crew, its removal, was only the beginning. And yeah, there has to be serious considerations as to how to keep games alive. Yeah, I struggle to believe the need to keep games servers up and running on. It's like the single player component should be working okay. Why doesn't it? You know? I refuse to believe that the crew required an internet connection, required servers for the programming to actually work. You know? It doesn't have to be as fun as back the media, the assets, and the writing and the code intact for preservation purposes, which is very hard to do. Like every day I'm like I am moving closer to what, like I just inch ever so slightly in my estimations towards pirates and piracy. I don't believe a lot of the noble causes of it. Let's be honest, you want free stuff, that's fine. But yeah, and if you want to preserve media, there are far better ways than piracy. But until those better ways come into more mainstream, I guess like discussion and means, then it's gonna have to be the way to go. The great hunt! Hail to our fallen comrades! Hail to our fallen comrades! Hail to their bravery, for we prevailed. The guard prevailed, my brothers. We hunted them down, the enemies of mankind, hidden in the dark tunnels of our modern cities. We found them in their nests and dens, and they perished. We brought the fires of battle to the blackest pits. Never has such large-scale war been engaged by mortals against immortals. Remember this victory, my brothers, for it seals and proves our methods. Never sleep, never surrender, never give up. Yes, my brothers, our method is good, and England is safe tonight thanks to you. Thanks to those of us bitten and killed by the enemy, or our trembling hand when they turned against us. Do not tremble, my brothers. Do not doubt. I cry tonight for the fallen comrades. I cry, for I am an old man who finally saw my goal accomplished as I live my last years on this earth. The Guard of Brabant is only half a century old. We have already accomplished so much more than the traitors of St. Paul in half a millennium. This was our first great hunt. Let them leeches who survived our wrath remember we won't stop. From The Adversary by Kendall Stone, founder of the Guard of Brabant. Great Hunt. Ah, okay, that's the first entry in the Great Hunt. A page probably stolen from some sort of manual or guide. So yeah. So stop killing games. I am glad for it though, and hey, at least it gets people talking about it. So yeah, there are problems with the petition and whatnot, but it can be reviewed as time goes on. Yeah, it's not like a bill that's being passed or whatever. So yeah, but it's a conversation start. And the conversation needs starting if we want to preserve the media we so cherish. But yeah, like even emulation like isn't the safest way of going about things anymore, because like data is getting harder and harder to transfer from one operating system to another, and all the rest of it. It's rather worrying. I can now level up 2 things. How are the illnesses? I better start treating some first. Sometimes. There were times I thought I wasn't recording and continued, and also was recording and didn't. So yes, I do want to play Space Marine as like a bit of a reminder, and yeah, any can help me, but yeah, Space Marine intercessors. 7th Reserve Battle Line. 7th Squad, 7th Sleepers, and then Intercessor Kill Team for 6. There, led by a champion. Not the actual level squad, that'll be Sergeant. Because I named them after the places mentioned in the South Seas. But yeah, hobby squad. I've actually put together a Trello board. I was introduced to Trello with like cards. It's a really good way of like organising. I'm using Trello to like organise my project, and I think like decompartmentalising like that makes it a lot less overwhelming. Because I don't mind calling it a pile of shame, it is a pile of shame, and I think, you know, it's like, look, I hate seeing on Reddit like people just posting boxes, unless it's like it's an old box, like Space Hulk or Space Crusade or whatever, you know, that sort of stuff. I'm not gonna lie, like I like some sort of fetish for boxes, you know, I just love boxes. But I don't like seeing box postings because it's absolutely useless. It's like, no, all you've shown me is that you've just given Games Workshop and uploaded from it. Oh, you can get used to that. Yeah, you're just getting a third-party store money for nothing. Yeah. And the thing is that like recently on Paint Perspectives, no, Siege Studios Paint Perspective podcast, they're actually talking about the Palace Store shape and like how other tabletop games call it the stack or the stash. I'm like, that's quite nice. But yeah, but it's also the idea as well, like, you know, people don't get shamed for having like thousands of games on Steam that they haven't played. Like, I literally have, well, more games than I could probably play in my lifetime. There are sites where if you put in your Steam ID, it'll tell you how many hours it would take you to complete your games. And like, if I put mine in, like, it'd seriously take tens of thousands of hours to complete all the games on my Steam library. Which, obviously, I'm not going to do. Too many, you know. And they're all from bundles, you know, back when bundles used to be decent. Well, even then they weren't, it's just that, hey, it just felt like a good idea at the time to buy them all. So we're in a relatively safe area now,
It's locked, all right.
It's locked up. That's the Worgen voice from locked. Not attack that target.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
I can't believe I'm playing Vampire just to try and get some XP to fight one boss. But here we are. So in that, Dr. Reid, we're both ashamed. Time I've gone. Possible.
Goody.
I'd like...
He's selling. Is that anything good? Rather, I should just chuck that, but I need to give you the
You look in.
medicine.
Everything.
What am I thinking now? Well, that's my train of thought. Shame. New principle of Warcraft. Organ cast at the target, that's locked. Level up. Shame. Dr.
I
Reid.
don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Oh, I don't know. Oh yes, that's right, yeah. Yeah, you're giving a lot of money, but at the same time it's like, yeah, it's... At least the models are there. It's there forever. Right, I'm giving this to you.
Good evening. Have... It's a... Christine, do you think... I believe...
So I can't give you
Good
the
luck.
scarf, so... Just have to give it to... Christine.
Take a bottle and I'll
Good evening.
change your mind.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
You open to write for the dead Kennedys? Yes, it's your
Could
skin.
this be the scarf you lost, Miss Popper?
It is much more than a scarf to me. It is the only thing that connects me to my family and my country. Thank you so much.
What do you know about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
2 girls I know went to the dispensary yesterday. Nobody has seen them since.
I'm sorry I didn't read the full wiki because otherwise I lost some hints, but that's okay.
Goodbye, miss.
So this goes my experience. So I can level up 2 things. So the quest done. I just want to try and get as many of these done as I can. There's quite a few quests in the docks to do. Bloody man, that's gonna be the Western Docks. Can I get to the Western Docks yet? Well, there's only one thing for it, so we've got to try. So if we go in the right direction, we'll start. Let's go that way there. Does someone else need healing here? Which nether carts? Is he the people's poet? Yes, he is. Using the graveyard. That's some scam. Scalpers here. Oh, there's some expeditions going on here. I did like Expedition Viking, but I can't remember the other ones one. I got to Conquistador. I think they did Rome. I'll do another one. Expedition Vietnam would be quite cool.
And do you need?
They're here to like search and destroy
I
missions.
think I'll leave you.
It's just me. That's Camellia. I don't know. Right. Onwards. Yeah, I don't know what else is going on in gaming really. There announced lots of new games and whatnot, but I'm just thinking. Oh yeah, Valve are doing a game called Deadshot, I think, or Deadlock, which is basically if you have you can't sign up for beta as such. You can only get a key for it if you get it from someone else or a friend gets it. So if you have a friend who owns it, you get access to it automatically, which is really cool. Seems to be okay. The Verge, because they're The Verge, are completely inept. Got into trouble. They were banned for it because they didn't click the "I do not accept the terms and conditions" and went ahead anyway. Yeah, they covered it. Many players are angry about this. I was like, no, they're not.
I have this.
The reason why I'm saying The Verge being The Verge is because they were the ones who did a bad how to build a PC video. It was terrible. Oh, I got wrecked.
I cannot end.
So bad. Oh my god, you wouldn't believe how shit it was. The West End. Where's the bed? So I don't think we can actually get the Western Docks if we want to. Might you? No, because we've got. Right. So we can't go that way, so there's got to be another way, right? How am I doing with this? I know the phrase "respect my time" is a game not respecting my time is thrown around way too much. But here it's like, what are you offering me to run around all these places? Because there's no more enemies, so I can't get experience.
It's locked, all right.
Oh, the door won't open. What a surprise. Yeah, there's no enemies, there's only so much farming I can do. It's not like they respawn. I have to rest for them to respawn. And it's not worth it because of all the other stuff going on. Oh, it's consequences now. Not consequence. Like, seriously, can I not just have a fast travel option? Because, like, I know this is meant to make the game world feel large. It doesn't, it just feels like a pain in the ass. It still feels small. It's just taking an age to navigate. It's not like XP I'm getting is all that good either. You know, Dark Souls, in my latest playthrough, I haven't actually had to farm all that much. Because, you know, I'm actually killing bosses with decent efficacy. And I get enough souls to feel like I'm actually having enough of an impact. Yeah? But not here, no. No, here I have to farm. I have to level up.
Look at it! Vicious bugger! Snap it, Lee! He's done for!
Here's some ones poison gas I don't know. Epic have come out recently with an article explaining how they are. I can't remember. Like something hasn't worked out. One thing has, but another hasn't. Like they say they've lost a lot of money. To like, oh, I think it was like dev projects. It's like like the idea that we'll cover the costs of the exclusivity hasn't worked out, but the free games has got people on the platform. But it's like, yeah, but can you actually keep people on the platform? That's the question everyone's been asking. Yes, you can get anyone to do anything for a free game, but they won't. Or how do you offer them something to stick around and look around your store? You know? And that's where they've fumbled for the last few years. I've got a new hint.
I know you're looking for an honest job, Booth. You're tired of this criminal life, aren't you?
It's just an idea. Edwina loves to run things so much. You can never really leave the gang. Wet boys for life, you know.
Have you heard anything about Sean Hampton's shelter?
That bastard's become something of a holy man these days. And someone should remind him who really rules the docks.
Aren't you a charmer?
Goodbye, Mr. Digby. Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Doctor.
Have you got...
As long as he keeps on helping the poor, I'll keep my boys at bay, even if he pisses them off.
Can I see...
As long as you have money.
Oh, good rig parts. I'll buy those. I'll buy those as well. Now, I know there was another NPC that had to meet. So, if we can find them. But let's also have a look around.
I think I'm losing my mind.
Not long ago, this sort of mess would have given me a laugh.
I genuinely can't wait to progress. I just want more areas.
After, we'll have plenty of time to plan the future.
Good thing we haven't seen Seymour for a while.
Bring in
He's
that.
not coming in every night.
The pub's become right peaceful, don't you think?
Okay.
It's locked.
Don't forget to count each bullet you fire.
You told me that already.
Nice shot. You learn quickly. Pointing an empty gun could be a fatal mistake.
It's easier when I picture the bastard's face.
That's interesting. Passage or appears anything at all like a loot? They already will appear anyway.
Welcome back, Doctor.
Why are you teaching your waitress how to use a pistol?
Sabrina is a nice girl who's already faced a lot of problems in her life. She does not need another.
Goodbye,
Sabrina, though.
You still working at this hour? That's what I call dedication.
Were you aware of Tom's past incarceration?
That's the first thing he told me when he offered me the job. He didn't want me hearing about his past from anyone else.
Did it surprise you to find out about it?
Not really. I was already aware of his reputation before I met him. That's why I came to the Turtle in the first place.
Most people would have run away because of that.
Not me. I thought a man like him could give me stability, you know? At least to some degree. And I wasn't mistaken.
Tell me, Sabrina, do you really believe Tom has renounced his life of crime?
He proves it to me every day he tells the truth. Tom Watts is a good man. One of the best.
And you don't think he might fall back into his sordid ways?
We can all do terrible things, Dr. Reid. And we never know what we're really capable of until it's too late.
I know you've been learning to use a gun, Sabrina. What are you up to?
I just want to feel safe when I go home at night.
I understand. Everyone has the right to defend themselves.
Yeah. especially when there's no justice around.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
I can't read the developers' minds. Sorry. So I failed that hint. Because apparently, and the thing was not the answer. Do I have to get it to speak to the contrary? I don't know. Apparently this was the dialogue system out of all the others that we know work. This was the one that was required.
Look lively! It's on to us!
I got that guy just hanging out. Fanfare noises with the same things. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. I wasn't expecting to go for this, to be honest. Even so. It's not like there's anything really going on. Seem to make it a lot of it is talk. A lot of things. I love moments in life where people say it's not that simple, and then someone comes along and makes it simple. That's kind of what it was. It's amazing how the government doesn't just do things. It's just so easy. Like the thing is, the previous government, the Tory government, had given them so many instant wins, basically. With like, oh, we're gonna ban this. Boo. Okay, we're gonna. And then the Labour government comes along and says, oh, we're gonna lift this ban. Yay! And it just buys them a little bit of grace.
This is despicable.
Yeah. It's just so easy, you know? It was so easy to do. Yeah. Here's an NPC we need to talk to.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reid. Do you need any help?
Rest assured, I will help you, sir. Martin Nightingale, at your service. Please, Take a look at my wares.
Your merchandise. I don't really see anything worth having. No offense.
None taken, sir. But please, I need to eat. Perhaps if you keep looking, you'd see something that takes your fancy.
I'm not selling the watch. But I will.
Have you heard anything recently concerning Sean Hampton's shelter?
He keeps investing time helping the poor and sick. Good for him. And for them.
I'll talk to this chap I need to take a break.
Let me be frank. You're as much of a businessman as I am a werewolf, right?
Who the hell are you to question me? It's hard enough to stay clean when you don't have a place to sleep. I'm doing my best here.
I meant no offense, Mr. Nightingale. I was merely pointing out the fact that you're unlikely to survive long if you continue wandering this path.
And what should I do then, sir? Should I join the Wet Boot Boys like so many others? No thanks. I'd rather be a bad seller than a dead gang member.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood? Have you got any friends around these parts?
Not really. Miss Gillingham smiles and says kind words, but I know she's lost her marbles, especially since her son died.
Tell me about this crazy woman. Madness is often mistaken for other conditions.
The poor woman's mad, all right. Kind and all, but she has so much trouble remembering things. She's taken me for a son more than once.
How interesting. I don't suppose you know what happened
This is
to
the
her
person
son?
we have.
Jack! Rumour has it he tried to tackle some gang lads. I didn't know him well, but I heard he was a nice enough chap. His old ma still thinks he's around.
Perhaps he is for something.
Why not try seeking help instead of peddling your wares? I'm sure there are people around here that would gladly help.
There's always the night asylum. I heard it's run by a very nice man, but I'm no beggar. Not yet, at least.
There is no shame in asking for help, my boy. Sometimes it can even be the best course of action.
I don't feel okay with that. I'm gonna make a name for myself, and I'll do it by myself.
Goodbye.
Units in this house.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. May I come in?
I already took my medication, Doctor. But thank you.
I'm sorry. Your medication? Have we met before?
Don't tease me like that, Jack. Sorry, what?
I think I should come in, miss. I'd like to check if everything is okay, what with the epidemic spreading across London.
An epidemic, you say? How terrible. I had no idea. But where are my manners? Please do come in, Doctor. You are a doctor, yes?
But if I go to check your house, to make sure that Johnbonne isn't infected, I'm sure you'd appreciate it. Don't mind if I sort of go around reading your notes.
It's
Sure,
locked,
you'll
all right.
on the next playthrough. Rodney, I just heard what happened tonight. I ran to your house, but you're already gone, so now I'm writing this note. Is it true you killed him? I can't believe it. Why? What happened? I really need to talk to you right now. I'm just reading the actual note to see. Oh yeah, it just actually read as if it is what the text is on the right. Anyway, please find a way to contact me when you receive this message. Since I know you can be very cautious, and to prove to me this is not a trap, let's use a code when we meet. I'll whistle my name, Jack, in Morse code, and you whistle yours, okay? This way, you know it's really me. Now it's a good thing that you're hiding. The Wet Boot Boys are all over the neighborhood claiming they will punish the man who will murder one of them. I'm sure we can make an arrangement to settle things once they die down. Rodney Grader, okay. And he wears a mask to hide the animation, or lack thereof. of him moving his mouth.
It's locked.
Before I interrogate this lady, I'm going to take a quick break and see where we can go from there. Because I am a little bit peckish. So I'll see you in a bit. And I am back. And we're gonna talk to this lady. Oh, I could talk about Speed Freaks as well, can't I? I might do a little bit of a play of that for an hour or something.
So,
maybe not today.
Dr. Tippets, what brings you back here? I heard whispers you had a job at that fancy hospital.
I told you my name is Jonathan Reid. Don't you remember?
Of course I do. I remember my name too. Gillingham. But you may call me Enid, Doctor. I'm very happy to see you again.
Yes, of course, this is the famous...
Do you require...
I'm glad you asked, Dr. Tippets. I must confess I haven't felt that well of late.
video games doing mental health in a reasonable capacity. In brackets, impossible.
I'll try my best. Here, take this. And please, try to get some rest.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much.
Let's talk about all this before I do the quest.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Oh, no. I don't gossip. That would be most unbecoming of a lady such as myself.
Who are the more influential figures on the docks?
Well, I heard about some terrible illness going around. I would say in that case that it's you, Dr. Tippets.
Is anyone taking care of you, Miss Gillingham?
My son is always here to take care of me. He's a good boy like that, but I do worry that he needs to start living his own life. I would never say that to him, of course.
Enid, have you really no idea what happened to your son? No idea at all?
I've not seen Jack for so long. I lose track of time. Has something bad happened to him?
Don't worry. Jack will come back.
Yes, he will. It won't be long before he's back. He must be out there somewhere making money. Yes, that's what he's doing.
Have you heard?
I've never heard that name before, I'm afraid.
Okay.
I found this watch. It was a gift from you to your boy, wasn't it? I think it should return to you now.
Oh, I remember. Yes, I recall the day I offered Jack this watch. Oh, it was such a beautiful day. Thank you, sir.
Trinkets and possessions help us remember our past. Promise me you'll not lose it.
I would never lose anything that belonged to Jack. Why don't you take this? Dr. Tippets? Please, for your charity.
Goodbye, Miss Gillingham.
There you go. So, anything here that we need to investigate? Sorry, I'm just checking that everything is going okay here. Yes, Speed Freaks. Speed Freaks 40k again. Warhammer. Yeah, so the Orc racing game, vehicular destruction game. It's okay. Hasn't got much going for it.
Good evening, young man.
There's no need to. It's going to do all that well. But we'll see.
Show me what you have to offer, then, Mr. Nightingale.
Risk blood sample. Vampire factions and scalds. Music box containing a folded letter. This is the good stuff. Yeah, it's like it's a fine game, but fine isn't good enough. Like even for free to play, it's like. Because it just doesn't really appeal that much in the long term. It's like, yeah, it's free to play, but I'm like, sorry, but my gratitude is enough to keep your game alive. It's chucking back. Stuff from Marketplace. And yeah, it's like the unlockable stuff isn't worth it compared to the actual paid stuff.
Murderous bastard!
And the gameplay loop isn't that great, really. Just to buy doing it. So, I don't know. I think that game would be better if it was a single player game. With like Mark of Chaos or something like that, where it's just like Warhammer Fantasy 2. Like you have a war band, or in this case you have a clan of 5 blah, and you just go on missions throughout the world, and you just progress that way. And you have to build up your boys. XCOM style or whatever, if that's more fun. Which is very familiar. Pardon me, I do apologise. I have a belly. Oh, beware. The beast of yeast. What's going on in the world? This right there. No. Right, hide and seek. I just feel like he's hiding in the sewers. Is he? Right. Oh yeah. Does anyone need any attention here? Medical attention, I mean. Oh, good, everybody's healed. Okay. Let's try and find you then. Oh, lovely, lovely enemies. Nice, I've got enough XP for a few more. Oh yes, like I'm saying leech just reminded me then of like, so you know how all the Covenant things in Halo got their names? Like the drones and the brutes? Yeah, that was the Master Chief. The Master Chief named everything. It was in a book, one of the books. The Halo books are apparently very good, because they go into some of the things like how the spark things like that. Way more brutal processes than like decay. But yeah, like Master Chief said, oh yeah, that's great. So, it's one of those things where like fiction writers, it's where like they over-explain everything. And it removes the mystery. It's kind of like one of the problems with Star Wars, I noticed. It's like some things are best just unexplained. You don't have to have a lore explanation for every single thing. I like to in D&D, but like other RPGs where I'm writing the lore and things like that, but ultimately it's like you don't need to explain all these things, especially if people ask. Yeah? It's like Brute. How original. You know? It's like, come on, man, you know? Dear. So, yeah. Oh yes, So this guy I think is in the sewers down here, so I know where I am. Okay. So we are slowly but surely getting ready to face off with Reid. And then the next part of this that I do, hopefully will be the one where I'm actually strong enough to fight Mary, or otherwise do more quests. I should be able to beat it that time. Because, yeah, this is
I cannot enter.
It's like, it doesn't apply to the other bits of the game. It really just is one part, and I hate that it's just one part of the game that you have to really grind for. And you have to do all the quests for. It's like, I don't know if it was a sort of stopgap, like it was purposefully built that way, which is by the rest of the game's design. I don't think it was. I think it really is just a matter of the devs just didn't know how to balance that fight, because everything else just gets thinner. It's like there's far fewer quests later on in the game. Like this half, this
I can't believe I'm doing
is
this.
the fattest, chonkiest part of the game. There's so much content here to do, and then the rest of the game is like there really isn't all that much. Now I'm going to do that to get across, because that was a trap before. I went into the boss fight. Aha! The stuff here. The stuff. And if there's stuff, there's things. Necklace. Hello. Is that a quest item? No, just a nice bit of tat. So yeah. Boop.
It's locked, all right.
The door won't open from this side. Oh no. So yeah. But it happens in quite a few games where it's like the first half, or like the first third or quarter, they really focus on. And then the people just, you notice like the stats, like everything just dies off. I mean, it applies to games as well, but I think it's one of those cases that maybe actually during playtesting they're like, yeah, I can't beat Mary, so they've given you loads of quests to make sure that you can actually level up and whatnot. But then everything else in the game is like, yeah, everything else is a breeze. Because I'm not high enough level or whatever. I keep seeing unknown people thinking.
Oh, Bridget, allow me to wander above some years back. It was unpleasant.
Vampire Bloodlines 2. I think as well. There's another game that's seen some more news. There's some screenshots like from Harebrained Schemes to now. It's like, oh my god, what did they do to you? I remember when Harebrained Schemes has got a bit of like like reflavored legacy. It's like everyone looks at them now. It's like, oh yeah, like their game would have been awesome. But then when they revealed it, when they were the developers, it's like, yeah, you didn't want to play it then, did you? You know? I guess like it's you miss what could have been, you know. So that necklace isn't really safe, so let's see if I can actually update my revolver. Yes! Finally! I can update my revolver. Maybe more trigger parts. Okay, fine. Increases the delta reload time. I could do a practicing, but honestly, I mean, yeah, either one's fine. yeah, that's not going to do as much compared to that, I don't think. So yeah. You have to pay each time on upgrades, so you can't buy both upgrades and then alternate between two, which is a bit cack, but I get it. So we've got our epic revolver there. Good. Now I want my beat stick to get leveled up. I haven't got enough handle parts. Damn, I need to find somewhere that does those. Because that is going to be immensely useful. So we've done that. Where do we go next? It's down that way, is across. I think it's this way. But we'll keep trying anyway. Yeah, so Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, I hope it comes out, but it's not looking good. It's one of those games where I will get it, but probably not at launch. I will definitely not pre-order. There's nothing they can do to persuade me to pre-order it. And I'll just be like, yeah, I'll probably get it on sale, because I think it's going to be Epic exclusive anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know, I will go the wrong way. But yeah. It's it's not looking good for Bloodlines 2. Yeah, not looking good at all. And it's a shame because it's a brilliant property. I won't have anything about it said about Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Rather, Vampire the Masquerade. It's a great property. It's just very badly mishandled. And I think as well, yeah, it does have a problematic history. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, it's like a lot of the stuff you see there. It's not like with 40k where it's a criticism or a satire. It's like, no, this is a character you can
Rodney,
play.
you're the man who killed that gang member.
It's not meant to be satire. It's meant
not?
to be.
Is that why you are hiding in this godforsaken place?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I did not even know his name.
Then why did you kill him?
That arsehole always mocked me for the colour of my skin. Usually I let it go. But not that night. We fought. He died.
Unfortunately, I have met several murderers during my lifetime. You don't look like them. I can tell you're no cold-blooded killer.
You're right, sir. At first it was just a simple argument between us. But the man had a bad fall.
Believe me, Rodney, you won't survive here long. No matter what you did, you must go back to where you used to live.
I'll go back to the docks then. But if I die, remember that the blood of Rodney Grader will be on your hands.
It's taken out of context, that quote could have been very seriously out of whack.
I cannot enter.
Okay. So he's going back to the North Docks. Is Rodney, as far as I can tell. Let's have a look. The wrong page. So that's okay. That quest has succeeded. Yeah, so he's gone back to the docks. Great. Okay. Next quest. Simple thing of file of love. To the victims. Can I go here yet? No, because in Southwark I can't go there yet. So. I think I want to talk to Seymour first. Where am I going to find him? So he's in the docks, that's good. Okay, that's fine, so we can leave. Is there a way out here? No. One thing, is there anything else I can talk to you about?
I'll go back to the docks then.
Okay. So, I'm trying to think if there's any other like I'm trying to think of like vampire games I could play. Like Legacy of Kain is a big one. I've seen a cool mod for Skyrim that actually basically just imports Vampire the Masquerade into it, which is interesting. Yeah, that's kind of neat. It looks pretty good. It's weird, but cool. Yeah. I would like to play Skyrim for the channel. I want to play one called Dark. I wanted to review it, but that and one of its DLCs for downloadable content, but
it's locked, all right.
Because it like absolutely it required like a hard restart on my PC, which I'm like, nope, I'm not playing this any further because it's broke. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not risking it. Our PC's life for this game. Oh. Gumptions. So yeah.
Please, sir. Come and have a gander.
Swore I had a girl somewhere. Let's go back to dry land. Oh yes, I bought a document, didn't I? Ah, Vampire Skulls. Vampire and the Guard will never have a common interest. Never. As long as I live. But after I die and I pass the torch on to another leader. I know some of us have witnessed a strange and huge vampire hunting down scars like we do. He is well dressed and seems to speak eloquently. But don't be fooled. If this unknown leech and his friends who hate scars as much as we do, some others offer them safe haven in exchange for obedience. Scouts in the north have reported that strange ceremonies occur in secluded forests of Scotland. Ceremonies of blood and human sacrifice to old pagan gods. They may well be adversaries to the land of vampires, but none of these league factions could be our allies. All vampires must be destroyed, and no alliance will be made between them and us. From the Adversary, by Kendall Stone, founder of the Guard of Prowan. Yeah, so they might be talking about us. Or perhaps somebody else. Here we are. steps down to safety. Oh, hello. Where would you like me to observe this?
They must be too busy to answer.
Where do you want me game? There it says. I thought it might be.
I'm sorry to say, but you haven't yet paid me for the clock I brought you last time.
The clock? Oh, yes. I found a broken clock in the living room and I couldn't remember where it came from.
You broke it? Ah, that is unfortunate. It was such a beautiful piece of work.
Really? Oh, I'm so clumsy these days. I'm so sorry. How much was it?
This'll be enough. I can't make you pay the whole price if it's broken.
That's so kind of you. I'm going to make some tea now.
It will be enough until the next time you forget it, you old bat.
I think we might be leveling up again. Real soon. Yep, chuck. Broken barrel. Or charge you for the full price, yeah, it's broken. Sit your ass down.
Good evening, young man.
There's no need to call me that, Dr. Reid.
Maybe I'll call you worse.
It's time to confess, Martin. You've exploited Miss Gillingham's weakness to your own advantage, have you not?
All I've done is smile at her and be kind to her. I've done no other harm than giving her what she needed. This is no crime.
You really are convinced you did nothing wrong? Young man, you are a fascinating case of shameless selfishness.
You can blame my folks for that. They taught me never to expect nothing from anyone except lies.
So it's bad parenting then? How convenient. Where are your parents?
6 feet under, I suppose. When the flu had weakened my father enough for him to be too weak to punch me, I figured it was time to run away.
Is that why you let them die of the flu? Because your father was beating you?
When the epidemic started, last summer, I begged them to leave town. Neighbors were dying, houses were looted, but they chose to stay.
Do you have any regrets about what happened?
I haven't got regrets, but sometimes I'd like to make sure they're gone. Dead for good. Like, it helps me sleep.
Show me what...
So he hasn't got a quest for me. Okay. The docks I go. There you go, aren't I? Oh, actually, I go the right way. Sorry. Yeah, so Dark is like sort of like just like a linear vampire game, a bit like this really, but significantly lower budget. And it kind of wanted to do the whole Vampire the Masquerade thing of like the society and all that sort of stuff. Seymour. Look for Seymour. Find him. So Stella's up there. Let's have a look at Seymour.
Fog's been hiding late.
What do we know about him? Will this help calm him?
Felix.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
A shithole filled with maggots. Liars and thieves, all of them.
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
No. Hate them all. Especially these petty, whining little shitbag beggars.
Is there no one who deserves your leniency, then?
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent bloke. At least, unlike most maggots, he knows how to listen without opening his trap.
What's your occupation?
I take care of my mum. That's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life. Even though I don't treat her so good.
You seem upset. Is something bothering you?
I lost the necklace I bought her. I'm a fucking idiot. A worthless idiot.
Sorry, calm down.
Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just wanted to smile. No, I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she deserves it.
Have you heard anything recently about Sean Hampton's shelter?
I don't give a rat's ass about Sean Hampton, his shelter, or any of the losers who sleep there.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Let's have a look. I need to talk to him on weekends, I think.
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reid. Could I come in?
Why? What do you want?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm investigating the flu epidemic in this area.
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in? Please don't stay too long, sir.
It's locked.
Don't worry, I won't have to. As long as I can just loot everything.
I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep.
Just excuse me 1 second, it won't be long. And I am back, sorry to keep you waiting. So, it's all recording again. Yeah, let's go on there, okay.
It's locked, all right.
I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries people most these days.
Well, what are people worrying about then? We'll find out.
So you have questions about the flu, then?
Yes.
among other things.
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
Sorry, thought.
How is life around here?
Life has always been hard in the East End. But it's everywhere nowadays, isn't it?
Do you think the increase in violence has anything to do with the epidemic?
Don't know. But it's most likely linked to the gangs, if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
You don't know how true that is.
Violence has always fed on poverty, don't you think? It's a cruel law of the human condition.
And selfishness is their rotten fruit. These days, you can just die in the gutter and no one will bat an eye.
Yeah.
May I ask what you do for a living, Mrs. Fishburne?
Since my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope factory, but it closed before the war. I occasionally help at the night asylum, in exchange for food.
Did your husband die in the war?
Oh no, my Jack was a docker. He died when my Seymour was just a lad. The poor boy saw his dad slip and fall from that scaffolding.
How do you pay the rent, then?
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad. He's very attached to the house he grew up in. It's not always easy, but we get by all right.
The orphan that regards you as a mother. Please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy. Most people are so selfish.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels to go through days with nothing but an empty stomach.
Do you have any news about Sean Hampton's shelter?
I just heard the sad saint keeps on helping the sick and poor. God bless his soul.
So.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
I'm gonna let
Please don't stay too long, sir.
Seymour and the Nicholas Everett.
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reid.
Oh, you're Rufus, you're someone else.
So long, Rufus. Be careful.
There's something about that. Right, where does he want me to observe? Ah, because he's going to walk down here.
Don't you think Miss Fishburne is nice to us? But I always have the feeling she's hiding something. For now, you're still the only real friend I have, Jack.
Which buddy has a friend?
It's locked, all right.
Still come to the door.
It's locked.
There's a chest in there, so...
It's locked, all right. Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reid.
I do apologise, I've just had a load of Pokemon spawn right here.
How come you consider it your only friend?
I found Jack when he was a baby, alone amongst dead rats.
Beldam.
Poison, probably. He was the weakest, but he survived. Just like me with my parents.
Like you and your parents?
When I was 8, my parents died in a car accident.
Oh, it's not that.
Rumour says I didn't get a scratch.
You don't remember the accident?
No. I was little back then. It's been a blurry mess and very quiet in my head ever since.
I'll take care of you.
How have you survived? Did anybody take care of you?
I don't have any family left, really. Except for the good Mrs. Fishburne. She's like my family now.
How come?
Like when I was...
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
So, nothing going on with him in particular. I need to find Seymour. Where's Seymour? Resident Evil. So is Seymour? No, he's not in the building, is he? Okay, so where the hell is he going? He was just here a minute ago. Seymour.
Good evening.
Yeah.
I have retrieved the gift for your mother, sir.
Great. Give it here then and take this for your trouble.
I also found the corpses. The ones under which you left the necklace, Mr. Fishburne.
Ah, so that's where I left it. I can be a bit stupid sometimes.
As a man of science, I'd like to try to understand why you killed those people.
Why does there need to be a reason? They were just there. It happened. That's all.
You're not a mindless animal, Seymour. Surely you have something to say about these murders. Speak up and I will listen without judgment.
Could be right, Dr. Reid. Maybe it'll do some good to confide in a gentleman like you. You being educated and all.
Tell me about your victims, Seymour. Who were they? Why them? Was there a link?
Why should there be? They just kept getting on my nerves at the worst times, that's all.
How many? How many victims?
It's not like I keep records. It happens when it happens.
You feel nothing, do you? No empathy for your victims at all?
You seem pretty calm yourself, don't you?
We're not talking about me.
All right. Well, our calm's the only thing we have in common then.
Did you take pleasure in killing them, Seymour? All those people, all those lives extinguished.
I take no pleasure from it. Just gives me peace. Stills the anger. For a time.
This rage you feel, have you ever been able to control it? Resist it?
I tried. For my mum, I tried for her. Telling the truth made me feel better. For a while.
Don't you think you should seek help? Talk to someone you trust, someone who cares about you.
No. And don't dare speak about me to your colleagues either. Keep your mouth shut tight. Especially about my mum.
Why is your mother protecting you, Seymour?
I'm her son. She's the only one who knows me. Sometimes I think she knows me better than I know myself.
I understand you love her, but can't you see the awful situation you've put her in?
Do you think my mum would have a better life if I were dead? She seems so sad to know me sometimes.
I don't believe death is the appropriate sentence for murder. Not in a civilized society. But the last word has to remain with the law.
There is no law around here. No justice to be found. In these parts, revenge is the only answer.
Okay. Well, for people annoying you. Now.
Do you require medical?
I'm fine.
Goodbye.
giving you that. Your mother likes it.
Good evening, Mrs.
Of course. Those blue eyes in the back of that head, sir. What can I do?
Tell me about these demons Seymour needs your help to fight.
Seymour used to be such a happy child. And he is still a helping son most of the time. But when he gets angry, he can hardly contain his rage.
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne. But there can be a monster within any of us.
Do you think he can be cured, Doctor? Do you think something can extinguish this rage inside my Seymour?
Science has only just begun to investigate the mysteries of the human mind. Currently, we have more assumptions than fact.
There ain't no hope then. Somehow, somewhere, my son has turned into a monster, and nothing will bring him back.
Your son's gone way beyond simply bullying people. He has a taste for blood, and you know it, don't you, Stella?
One night, he told me straight up, in his own words. It was several days after one of his episodes.
Why did he confess? Did you suspect something?
No. I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his, demons.
Did Seymour tell you everything that night?
More than I could stand. The words he used to describe his hate, his rage, how he feels when he's done it.
Stella, I know you are ashamed of your son's crimes. So why do you protect Seymour?
I can't report my own son, can I? Not a burden I could bear.
Burden? How do you mean?
They'd hang him for sure. I won't send my only son to his death.
The situation will only get worse. Someone has to stop Seymour.
If someone ever found the courage to speak to the police, I will take my share.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
Please don't stay too long, sir.
Maybe Seymour can't be helped. Maybe he has to be stopped before he does any more harm. And maybe Seymour can get help. Is that a risk I'm willing to take? I'm gonna read Seymour's dialogue options. I'm gonna see if he can explain himself.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm missing the hint there.
Goodbye,
I don't
Good evening.
Yeah.
We're gonna bother finding that hint. You haven't failed it. We're gonna find it. Let's not bother. And Seymour might well look after his mother.
tricked me good, Doctor. Tell me, who will take the blame for your murders now that I'm dead?
It's an interesting point. Seymour's bludgeon. It's the same text to you and stamina cost, but it does extra damage as before. Equipped it. The district will be bettered by my actions.
Am I really cursed? It would explain so much.
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Miss...
Rufus, tell me what you really think about Seymour Fishburne.
Seymour, he just scares me. A lot. Actually, he scares many people round here, even big fellows.
You mean his brutality is infamous, even in this shady part of town? That's impressive.
Yes, sir. How someone like that can be related to Mrs. Fishburne, well, it beggars belief.
The patience of a mother for her child knows no limits. None of us would be here otherwise.
You're right. And I certainly didn't mean any disrespect to the woman who takes such good care of me.
Well,
so long, Rufus.
So love to gaze at the stars. The fog's been hiding them of late.
But that's okay. Guess only further medical attention no one requires. Everybody's healing rather nicely. It's time to go to hiding then. Rest up.
All these whispers of monsters got folk gossiping and scared.
Let's improve our new cudgel. Increase the stun damage. Let's have a look at what we can do. Do I increase the number of syringes? Yeah, let's do that, because... of those. Let's increase the healing we get from biting. We can improve our ultimate ability of rage. It's up to 20, 21.5. Autophagy. Can we increase that? No, we can't, because we're at 300. The following nights, sickness spreads as a man has died. Still territory. Sickness comes and goes. Pembroke Hospital is nothing. Whitechapel is still quite serious. The West End is slightly improving. Anemia, rather. Yeeg. level 21. Quite strong. Have we got any more quests that we can do? If I track this quest, where does it take me? So it tells me where I can put the posters, great. And that is what we shall do. Marginally better. So let's get in the center of life here. Anyone else? But yeah, it is a bit of a crap out that it's the other enemies give you so little XP that's really hard to level up. It's not really hard. It's very time consuming, I should say. And look, I got insane in the membrane in World of Warcraft, so I'm not a stranger to a grind, but it's like at least the pace of that was consistent, because I could actually just like I had a process, you know. Let's use really should be using that as an opportunity with them because it's cooldown based, it doesn't use any blood. Vampire post. I love that post, that's brilliant. It's genuinely cool. Like the vampire there genuinely have you seen the film version of it? Read the book of it. I've tried a few times, but it's like there's just some Stephen King books I just really can't get behind for some reason. Which is a shame because I love his short stories. Though he's a very talented short story writer. Those are his best works.
Informing London's inhabitants of the presence of
I mean, don't get me wrong, like, you know...
Done.
There aren't many with short stories
Mr. Throgmorton should be happy.
That have, like, taken the world by storm. Quite like, you know, It, The Stand, The Dark Tower, you know, you couldn't make that into a short story. You know? But things like Quitters Inc., you don't forget that. You know? It's like, man, you just put that at the back of your mind. You want to.
Each other. They've got bigger problems elsewhere.
Look at that. That animation's pretty cool.
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reid, can I be of any assistance?
Looks like Sakir Starman.
Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
Don't represent any vampire tool makers, do you?
I put up your public service announcement.
My mother works at Pembroke Hospital.
Consider the common folk warned about the vampiric presence.
Thank you, Dr. Reid. You may not realize it, but you saved a great many lives today.
Do you really think they could be useful?
See the sad saint of the East End? How a single man can help so many people? I consider myself the discreet protector of these men and women.
Tell me, Ichabod, why do you consider yourself the protector of Sean Hampton's shelter?
He is a truly inspiring example. Dedicated, pious. His shelter is open to all, whoever they are. Most admirable.
Have you heard any
The sad saint will always be a target for vampires, but I'm keeping an eye out.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throckmorton.
So that's another quest done. 160 XP ain't a lot for doing a quest though, is it? You know? You see why killing people's looking like the better option. Got some patience to see to. They're not here in the docks. There's a merchant here, I better speak to them as well. Hopefully they'll have better wares. Used to put the grim ones. Just as soon as I can find the entrance. Yeah, we've nearly found an entrance. Very near. Is it upstairs? Is that the problem? Oh, it's that bloke in it.
Good evening.
I am not safe. I should never have come back here. My life is in danger. I know it.
You're much safer here than in that contaminated area.
Bullets kill people quicker than diseases and epidemics, Dr. Reid.
What can you tell me about this district?
The East End docks only knows one rule. Dog eat dog, and blood calls for blood. The gang will have their revenge on me one way or another.
What can you tell me about the locals?
Most people would say that Sean Hampton and Tom Watts are good men who try to sort things out. But for me, the real boss around there was my best friend, Jack Gillingham.
Jack Gillingham, you say?
Everyone round there knew Jack. He was a rock. A mountain even. He feared nothing.
Your friend Jack has something to do with you fleeing to the contaminated area where I found you. I want to know more.
Jack is dead. That's all you need to know. Dead because of me. So much violence. So much sorrow. All of that because I refused to be insulted again.
If you really believe you started all this mess, then face it. Take responsibility and stop hiding.
Jack told me once that a real hero does not seek the ordeal, for it is the ordeal itself that reveals the true hero. I now know he was right.
Do you have recent news?
I heard he kept on help.
Right. Yeah, I'll see.
Goodbye. Good. There's no. Show.
Small pocket watch.
Good evening, Miss Jill.
Of course.
What if it says? Just go to it.
Sir?
Miss Gillingham, why did you give Martin Nightingale the watch I returned to you?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I suppose I thought he needed to watch more than I did. I have no reason to really keep track of time anymore.
Why don't you need to keep track of time?
I've spent my entire life marching to the tick of clocks and the ringing of bells. At my age, it's nice to finally be rid of those burdens. On my time.
But it was your son's watch, Miss Gillingham.
It was, wasn't it? I'm relieved you found it. Besides, it's more useful to him anyway.
Enid, listen to me. You must not trust Martin Nightingale. Do you understand?
Martin reminds me so much of my Jack. I've not seen him here in quite some time.
Martin is not your son, Miss Gillingham. He's taking advantage of you.
No, Martin is not my son. My son's name is Jack. He always takes such good care of me. Who is this Martin you speak of?
Please listen. Martin is a young man who extorts money from you. Because of your vulnerability, miss.
What are you attempting, Dr. Tippets? If this is some kind of new experimental procedure, well, I do not like it one bit.
Goodbye, Miss J. Good evening.
There's no need...
Goodbye.
I'll keep him alive because he's a merchant and that's it. He's useful to me now. I need to find some other people. You know what? I haven't talked to you in a while, so you've got any info from me, haven't you?
Do you have... Goodbye, Miss...
Great.
You...
Do you...
The place is all right, I suppose.
Well...
Those two here. What are the quests are there? Come up with the grave diggers and locate the place of the woman's place. So where are the grave diggers? Are they in Southwark? Yes they are, so we can't do anything about that right now. All the quests there are done. Where are the Braille notes? So none are in Southwark, so that's good. I think that's just the guy we need to bring him back to, so there's not really much else we can do. So let's see all of our patients. I think we'll try and take Mary. There we go. Where's my patient? So Enid, so still in Rufus, where are the dogs? The Western ones. We will find them eventually. I don't think what else to talk about. Yeah, there's not much going on. The games and it's all fairly quiet. And really up until about October, September, there ain't going to be much going on because that's like time of like sales ramp up for Christmas. So there isn't really much to talk about in terms of gaming news. There's lots of little different things going on in the world, but yeah. I mean, my patience can wait until the next time I play. But every little bit of XP helps. Taking my next. Oh, new Doom's coming out. Doom the Dark Ages, which is basically what that hell something game is going to be. You know, going to make it sort of dying life, is it? And they turned into a mod, basically. Or like a DLC that was unrelated. And it's like, well, this is what I wanted. So they come up with Doom the Dark Ages, which, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of the new Doom games. They're designed by committee. It's like they're what people think is a Doom game, and hey, if that's what they prefer, that's fine. But like they're not made for the original player base. And hey, I know a lot of the original players will say, well, actually, I like it. Great. I ain't gonna tell you off for having fun or anything. Like that's your fun to have. I'm not gonna take that away from you. But it's clearly not made for me. I don't like them. But Doom the Dark Ages I probably would actually get at some stage, because like I just love the aesthetic of that. The idea of the Doom Marine or Doom Slayer going back in time and whatnot and fighting the forces of hell is pretty cool. You know, like Army of Darkness, yeah, it's that essentially. Yeah, it's a damn fine idea. I hope it works out, and it will. As long as it releases in a decent enough state.
Good evening.
Of course.
Don't you hear all this dialogue? Just need to read this information.
I can't remember the last time
I'm so
Thank
sorry.
you.
Mrs. Good. Good evening. Do you need help?
A real...
Butcher up this potion. Shut up. Right. Time to fight Mary. Or do I have any more patients to see through? Yes, I do at the hospital. The hospital is on the way to Mary, so I'm going to do that now. Which way? The other way.
Keeping things straight, these parts will be running completely amok.
Good. Can I?
As long as you...
To go to the hospital, I need to put some vials together. And face off with my sister.
Stupid beast!
I'm the stupid beast.
Bloody leech!
don't really see many. Like, there's a lot of ideas I see. That I'm like, oh, that looks cool. I get most of my adverts from Reddit now. I'm like, oh yeah, that seems cool, but I'm just not seeing a lot of games that feel like, yeah, I need to play. Or if I do, I'm like, it's a shame that like this game just ain't it. I played a little bit of it Shroud and I thought, yeah, the idea sounds this is like, just not good. I don't think I did it before, but I'm big at this now that I know. But yeah. It's like V-Rising again. Vampire, yeah, little base. It's like, yeah, but it's an ARPG. I'm not really big on ARPGs. I tried playing Path of Exile, but I don't know what it is. I think what it is like with ARPGs, there's that slow build up to where you're really powerful and then you're doing everything. It's like, yeah, but I don't want to wait that long to get there, you know? Or it's like the numbers of the early game don't matter. So why am I even bothering, you know? And, yeah. Sometimes as well they just feel a bit clunky. Those controls, I mean, I know, you know, however many millions of players can't all be wrong, but, yeah. I don't know, I've played smoother RTS games. But yeah. But it don't matter. Yeah. Okay, what's down here? Because if this is serious, then I want to find whatever's here and light it. Oh. He's mine! Okay, let's go to the hospital and treat my patients. But,
this is despicable.
I don't know. I've been playing different games. I'm on play Bannerlord.
You have all seen.
Any new things to talk about? No, at least healthy.
Please.
Can I buy anything? Worth an Emirates. Just take that. Thank you. Ah, I can observe, can't I? Where do you want me to observe from? Is that to say to observe from upstairs? Was it observed from outside? Do I have to reset? I don't know what you want to do. Alright, who's healthy and who's not? It's been blocked.
Hello, Reid. Do you need for you? Goodbye.
Oswald's fine as well. Pipper, I think it was, wasn't it? For Hawkins. It was likely going to be outside.
Good evening. Good.
Any goods for me to buy? Just in case.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Do you need...
Ah.
I will... Goodbye.
Cold treatment I need to give you. What was doing here? I might be able to level up one more thing. Or should I leave it? Because I think I'm going to get a lot of XP later. I'll also make those vials as well. So we want these ones. Well, let's make up to max capacity. There we are. Right, so let's now put sort out our inventory. So we want the light and the blood. That's fine. I'm going to just pause the game and change those out, I'm sure. I hope. I won't bother with leveling up yet, because I'd rather save those 800 points for later. Dr. Tippets needs to be observed. I like the ash effect that's going around. How do I get there? How do I get to that place there? I'm guessing I'm going to be outdoors. Let's try. This is an opiate addict.
Damn it! Why is this so difficult every time? That is better. That is better. I will make it through one more night.
He's some sort of heroin addict. Or morphine.
Good evening, Doctor.
Dr. Reid.
I know you're taking drugs, Corcoran. Why take such a risk?
I need it to endure the long shifts. We have no idea how long the epidemic will last. We can't let it win.
I understand the gesture, Doctor. An immediate answer to an emergency situation, but this can't be a long-term solution.
Thank you for your understanding, my dear colleague. And be assured, I have total control of my consumption.
Goodbye.
I wish I could be sick again.
I think it's high time we put our little face up here. Let's go this way. Yeah, we'll first of all marry then we'll give it a go anyway. If it didn't work out, it's fine. We have made considerable progress. I know I should be leaving this until the other part, but I kind of want this done now.
Kill you!
Handy. Well, it was safer. It seemed quicker to go this way as well. So.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Guns are loaded.
In the name of Christ, someone help me!
Abomination!
You left me to rot in this grave! Rest in peace, monster. You've burned away Nurse Crane's mind. You're a monster! Kiss me again, sweet brother. Give me your blood, priest. Their final thoughts are just to die for. Come to me, Jonathan.
We're not even level.
What have you done, assassin? Kinslayer! Come to me, Jonathan. I'll make you kneel like a dog, just as you did to Sean Hampton! rot in this grave. Kiss me again, sweet brother.
Go. Which blood sample? Nice.
Well, brother, it's time to bring this conversation to an end. Forever.
You know I will not play this game.
Calm now, Doctor. Like a rabid dog. Or think you're performing an autopsy.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'll kill them all. The kind Dr. Swansea. The sweet little lass with hair of red. I am the Harbinger, bringing your punishment.
Mary.
Don't you see? This is not me. Flesh that never ages. All nightmare, no dream. Bring it to a close. Let me sleep.
I will find a cure, Mary. I swear it.
Then, at last, I can forgive you.
These aren't devs, these aren't as artsy as you think they are. So I'm just holding this stick like this, otherwise Jonathan stops. It doesn't matter which direction I move as long as I move the stick, so I can hold it backwards. And that's to do it. So, yeah. I guess this was like very whatever year this came out in, but moments like these, I just I get why they do it. I get why people like them. It's just another one of those things where you think you're being more clever than you actually are.
Blood. As I shed one last red tear for my fallen sister, I realize the entire world now revolves around this singular word. The epidemic that has stricken London is not the Spanish flu. It is transmitted through the blood via violent biting, turning survivors into frenzied immortals. I am Dr. Jonathan Reid. I am a vampire, born anew into an age of death and pestilence. While plotting factions close in around me, I am sworn to find the source of this epidemic. I am convinced greater perils are still to come. I know the answers I seek are hiding in our blood.
Find the origin of the epidemic. Dear Dr. Reid, if this letter will quickly find you. I need to speak with you as soon as possible. The situation is evolving very quickly in the West End, and I'm convinced we are now all in great danger. The Guard Prowin has launched a great hunt in London, and for a few nights they've been actively searching and killing any Econ they can locate. Lord Redgrave, chairman of the Escalon Club, recently contacted me. He wishes to meet you immediately. Please come to my mansion any night that suits you. We must discuss all of this. With this letter, You'll find an official pass to allow you to the gate barricade of quarantine checkpoint throughout the city. Your friend, Lady Ashbury. Well,
The flower's dying. It needs water.
so I think now we can actually water the flower. Okay. Let's analyze it. And here we have the next type of serum. Which, like, doing the maths isn't worth it. And I get, like, you know, well, what about your capacity? You're not using vials enough. What's the situation in terms of the medicine? Let's save leveling up for the next time we play, because I'm going to call it there. But thank you ever so much for watching. I appreciate it's been a very long episode, but I hope it's been worth it for you. And I certainly hope the discussion, there we go, has been appropriate for your delicate ears. Thank you for watching. I can't wait to continue this, to be honest. I really can't, but it's been long, I am tired, and I want to chill out for the remainder of my Sunday. So I shall. Thank you ever so much for watching. Take care, and yes, do enjoy yourselves, and take yes, enjoy the rest of your month, August. I don't know how to end this. Definitely.